Hi there, Robin here from Expert On, and today we're going to be doing a live review. So that means I've got a mic set up on the table, and we're going to be talking about this Marantz Professional MPM-3000. This is absolutely an amazing piece of hardware. Now, if you're looking for a condenser style microphone to sing with or to use with your instruments, this is definitely one of those great products. Now, when you first buy it, you're going to be getting yourself a box, and in that box, you're going to be getting yourself another box. This is what you're going to get when you buy it. You're going to get yourself a nice metal box with a handle on top, Marantz Professional written on the front of it. And inside that box, open it up, we're going to get ourselves some paperwork. That's what comes straight on the top of the box. Then, this is what we're looking at inside. We've got ourselves an incredibly well-shaped block of foam. Cover. Inside that is the actual microphone. There we go. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, and that's actually what's hooked up right here. So I've got one of those set up ready to go. Now, first thing I'm going to do is stop annoying you with the effects, which are actually off. There we go. So I want to make sure that you got to see what one looks like off the actual rig. So I've got it on the boom arm. I've got it all set up. I've taken the time, got it right. It's an awfully long microphone, so it's not like one of the, this is probably their most popular and most known microphones because of like a gabillion reviews on it and everybody loving it. It's the MPM-1000. That's the 3000. So if you're looking for an awesome podcast starter microphone that's going to do like an incredible job, like a job you're not going to have to worry about and gets you going for an awful long time until you're ready to upgrade, that's the MPM-1000. The MPM-3000 is, I want to do the best I possibly can do for under, let's say, $500. And this is definitely going to be in that very short list of products that are going to do that job for you. Now, there is also a middle model, and we do another review on that. It's called the MPM-2000. More in this style here with closer to this performance. But again, I'm going to say that one is on the extreme level of podcasting, talking, a microphone I need a lot of in the studio, that sort of thing. I'd probably look at that microphone there. But if you're looking for, sorry, I'm just going to get this back in the box there. If you're looking at a microphone that is going to be for recording music or for recording instruments, that sort of thing, then you're definitely going to want to take a look at the 3000. Now, just like I always say with all these microphones, there's always a better one down the road. There's always another one. There's always a better one. It's how much can I get out of this microphone right in front of me. A lot of people do reviews, and I make the same comment I've made in other reviews. The mesh on the Marantzes is a little softer than some of the, really stupidly priced $1,000+ ones, which have really thick mesh on them and that sort of thing. So, like I always say, don't squeeze it. Don't go in there and start poking around on the mesh and saying, "Oh, what can I do?" or "What can I?" It's your microphone. You bought it. I mean, it's a great microphone. Don't mess it up. Don't break it. Now, some of the cool things about this microphone when I look at it is, one, the design. So when I look at the bottom, we've got this big metal rod at the bottom where all the electronics are, cabling goes into it, all that kind of stuff. That's really, really heavy. Now, I actually like that. I want an actual mounting bracket on a microphone to be heavy. It stops the entire rig from moving. Now, amazingly enough, we had a super slow motion, high res camera that can actually see this. Really, we need to maximize stability, and we do that with weight. It's like, something that's really heavy doesn't want to move around. You got to put a lot of force into it. That's going to happen here too. So we've got that solid mass. Now, it is long. It does work on the table. It's a lot of microphone to have on the table. If I was using this for singing, I probably wouldn't be sitting down singing. I'd be standing up. In that case, I'm not too worried about it. It's going to be straightforward. It does come with a pop filter, which we have right in place. It's adjustable in height. It's all bungeed, so this way it's all tensioned properly, all on its own. The inside units actually are the microphones suspended with 4 springs that are tensioned on it. Now, in the case, Amazingly enough, all the parts that can get lost or broken, they give you some replacement parts for it already. So there is replacement springs in there. There's a replacement screw for the pop filter. So if you misplace that, you can do that as well. It comes with everything you pretty much need to go. You definitely need to have what we have set up here. So you're going to want to have some sort of arm to attach it to or stand. Suspending it by arm is probably better, because if it was, we've done demos where we've had microphones right on the table, and anytime I do anything at all, it'll transfer up the leg and eventually will make its way up there, especially if you don't have a full shock mount. So in this case, we do have a perfectly designed shock mount to keep everything suspended. We've got the arm that's keeping it away from everything. Then from there, it does require 48 volts, so I've plugged it into a Multimix 8 Alesis mixer with USB interface. But right now what we're doing is that we're using a 1/4 inch on the output going into the Marantz Professional PMD-602 audio interface for our camera. So that's located on the bottom of the camera. That allows me to get all this sound that we're doing into the camera and do it really well. Why am I not plugging this microphone straight into that? The 602 from Marantz, just like all of these audio interfaces that we use on our DSLRs, are battery operated. And I just, instead of running the phantom power on that unit, I'm just using a line in on that unit, and I'm running the phantom power and having all the controls. Now, right now, all my bass and trebles are all set flat. Everything's all set, just straight at neutral, 0. And if I wanted to, I can go bonkos and add the crazy effects into it and bring it in. I can do all of that on the mixing board, and that's going to feed right into the camera through all the fancy little connections. Now, for the microphone itself, again, why is the 3000 worth the extra couple of dollars? And it's not a lot than the 2000. And I think it really, when you look at the actual frequency response, which they offer on the charts and you can get on their website and that sort of stuff, it's just that the mid-range audio levels are much more dynamic, right? So if you're singing and you're singing hard into the microphone, and then you need to use some compression later. If you have much better response and much better depth and detail in the mid-range, in my personal opinion, when you compress that, you're not gonna mud that up. If you have a nice, good response in audio, you're less likely to mess that up in post-production. So that's a big plus. And also, based on how well it does, again, on the chart when it comes to frequency response, you can definitely yell into this microphone, which is kind of the downfall on a lot of microphones, including the MPM-1000, is screaming is not recommended, because the diaphragm is going to hit the extreme points that it's built on, and that's, the movement where the microphone's doing its job, and you'll notice that. You cut away all the instrument play, you'll hear that, and you'll hear that a lot on microphones. But you're not going to notice it on this one, and that's one of the big advantages to it. So again, costs a little bit more than an MPM-1000. Well, it costs a lot more than MPM-1000. Costs a little more than the MPM-3000, but I certainly think for the price point, for the value, for the features and performance, and again, I always recommend everybody buy brand name condenser microphones. You don't have to spend a gazillion dollars on a condenser microphone. If you're using it for talking, you really want to show off, this is probably one of the best ways to show off. But definitely, if you're looking for something for singing, even if you're going to end up, the end product's going to be on YouTube or any other, online streaming, better to have something that's going to do a good job to maximize what you're going to get on the back end, because at the end of the day, most audio services out there are really, really good. So anyways, I can talk all day about this, I guess, but I won't. I just have to say, I think it's great. I'm glad we have it in the showroom. I'm glad, we get to try it out and see what it sounds like. I think it's absolutely crazy that you get all this for the microphones. I mean, it's got a neat house, that's for sure. It'll get to go back in there, no problem. For now, we're going to keep it out, because I think everybody who comes in here should definitely get a chance to see this and play around with it. So if you got any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Again, my name is Robin. You've been watching Expert Island. Spec sheets are available on our site. We'll try and get them all down below for you, and they're always available at Marantz Professional. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. That's the most important thing. And if this video was helpful, give us a thumbs up. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it a wrap on that one. And you know what? I'm going to throw on the headphones. And I'm going to play with a little bit of the effects. And there we go. All right. So that's everything for today. Thank you. Woo, 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 woo. Wah, wah, wah.